I want to go as quickly as possible to Zika. The other night in another session, the principal deputy director of the CDC said something that really stuck with me. She described the Zika outbreak as unprecedented, and coming off of Ebola, among other things, and MERS and West Nile and all of the crises that CDC and HHS have had to manage. That struck me as quite something. Tell me about Zika, where we are, where the government response is, and is she right to say that it is unprecedented in its seriousness because of the impacts it could have on families?
So let's start with its seriousness and why Dr. Shukett made that statement. And it is the first time that we have had a mosquito-borne illness cause birth defects. And so that is unique in and of itself. Number two, it is the first time that we have seen a mosquito-borne illness that can be sexually transmitted. And number three, this particular illness does not appear, you're not symptomatic in between 75% and 80% of the people, so you don't know you're passing it. You don't know that you are being bitten by a mosquito that will then pass it. And so those things lead to an incredibly unique situation. And fourth, the mosquito Aedes aegypti, it's also spread by albopictus, Aedes albopictus, but this aegypti mosquito, we consider it the cockroach of mosquitoes, one of the hardest mosquitoes to fight. It can breed in a capful. If I turn this cap over and had some water in it, it can breed in that, and it is an indoor mosquito. So that's why this one is so challenging. What are we doing? Well, first of all, focused on pregnant women is the major part of the focus, and I'm sure many of you have heard that in the sessions. That's so important because the outcome, in terms of when you get Zika, if most people who are not pregnant get Zika, it's not great. You get conjunctivitis, joint pain, fever, and rashes. Those are your symptoms. Those are the 4 symptoms. And so it's not too bad and it will pass. But if you're pregnant, you endanger that baby. And so that is the big thing, and we're focusing deeply on educating those women, making sure those women are tested. And right now in the United States of America, about 2,200 people have tested positive for Zika. Many of those are in Puerto Rico, many of those are in the US. And we're getting close. There are over 400 women who are pregnant who have tested. And so we're tracking those women. We are making sure everyone knows the tools to prevent. 4 things you need to know. EPA approved pesticides, spraying yourself. Second is long pants or long sleeves if you're in places that have it, if you're traveling to these 48 countries or territories that have it. Making sure you get rid of standing water is another way that you can help, and using screens and air conditioning. We are educating. We are investing in a vaccine. We are getting the tests in place. We are testing the blood in Puerto Rico and starting to work in partnership to test blood in the states in the US where we think it will happen. And we are moving forward on creating what will be a tracking of the babies, because while we're certain on microcephaly, that immediate birth defect, we need more research to know what other things it causes. We think it may cause neurological damage, eyesight, hearing, and other developmental issues, and we need that research.